is Positive Girl 11, otherwise known as TaKesha or Nikki. So I'm coming to you guys. Today is March 21st, and it is a Thursday, 2013. And 2 days ago, on March 19th, 2013, it was my three-month Surgiversary, and pretty excited about that. A lot of things have happened in the last 3 months, so just very excited about that. So let's get to the numbers. Here we go. On December 19th, 2012, I had surgery by Dr. George Lynch at Baptist Hospital in Nashville, Tennessee. And at that time, I was 238.8 pounds. But prior to that, on November 29th, 2012, I was 251 pounds. So pre-op diet, I had lost a little bit of weight. And then as of last week, I came in at 197 pounds. And this week I come in at 193, which is the picture that you saw prior. Now, and that was as of yesterday. As of today, when I weighed myself, I was 192.6 or something crazy like that. So, but I'm gonna go by yesterday's weight. It's not a big issue. So 193.6 is fine. And had I taken a picture of today's weight, I would have went by today's weight. But that's just how crazy and anal I am about the scale. I try to kind of just slide that in about me being crazy and anal about the weight. But anyway, so what am I doing this week? This week, kind of the same as last week. Kind of the same as last week. Kind of the same as last week. Still trying to get the protein in, still trying to get the water in, still trying to get everything in. Having many meltdowns along the way, which I think can be a little bit healthy. Can be, I don't know. I'm probably lying to y'all guys because it's probably not healthy. But at the same time, I'm learning as I go. So, this hair, learning as I go. So, maybe having little mini meltdowns as I'm eating food is helpful. Maybe not. Maybe just staying away from things. So here's what we did. On Tuesday, I had two events. I had what we call a Hattie Willow Walker event, which pretty much for our campus, we have an African American Culture Center, which sponsors this event, holds this event. And it's just for African American women on our campus. It gives recognition to those women and to also the students that are doing very well. We, recommend students, and one of our recommendations actually was nominated, and so I went because of that, and also because a colleague of mine was also recognized for her service on campus. So I went to that event, had to kind of have things taken away from me because one, as far as food, because one, I don't like to see a lot of food on the table, and two, it made me nervous. So why that is, I have no idea. I'm trying to figure that thing out as we go along on this ride, but it just made me nervous. So the first thing that we had on the table was a wine glass that had, not a wine glass, not the skinny wine glass, but a, nice champagne glass, I guess. And I'm probably getting those mixed up. But anyway, it was a glass of banana pudding on the table in front of me, right here in front of me. And everybody had a glass of something in it. It was either like chocolate something or banana pudding or something, because that was the dessert. And then we had a salad. Salad was great. Salad was fine. I was able to eat a little bit of that. Then they came out with this gravy boat. And not literally speaking, but this boat of gravy that I'm speaking of is mashed potatoes with gravy, which is fine. Do your thing, mashed potatoes with gravy. But then you then pour the gravy over to the chicken breast. The chicken breast is like for real. Like I didn't really ask to be spread on. I was cool like I was, without anything. But you got all this stuff on me, so now I'm no more good. So anyway, that was my take. I don't know if the chicken really said that. Who knows? Anyway, so you had the chicken with the gravy on it. You had the mashed potatoes with the gravy on it, and I think what was coming next was the vegetables were going to have the gravy on it too. So I think the vegetables were like, hold up, not me this time. You got the chicken, let that be it. And so thankfully, the vegetables survived the gravy. But yeah, like really, like you have to have gravy on everything. It was. I ate a little bit of the chicken, tried to scrape some of the gravy off of the chicken, but it wasn't happening for me. And then of course, I had to have someone just take the plate away after a couple bites because it was just doing something to my stomach. And so after that, I was still left looking at that banana pudding in that champagne/wine glass. Didn't eat any of it. Wasn't really tempted. I was more upset that it was on the table than anything else. I don't know if you guys have that. Like, you've had the surgery, you're a couple months out, and now you're just upset at stuff that you would not have normally been upset at, but now you're just like, it's not the fact that you're above it. You're not above it. It's just the fact that it's there and you can't. Not so much that you can't, but you just won't. It's a complicated thing. It's a complicated thing. And my mom, I have to bring my mom up because she's silly as all get out. But she's like, you have these moments. She's talking about me. You have these moments when you're just like, ugh, and I'm not like, ugh. I'm like, more careful about, not eating what I used to eat. And so she was like, well, I'm going to eat what I'm going to eat regardless. So you can't be saying, ugh, and I'm trying to get something down my throat. And I'm just like, I'm not doing that. I hope I'm not doing that. Maybe subconsciously I'm not thinking that I'm doing it, but really I am doing it. I don't know. But anyway, so that was the first dinner. Then we had someone come in. We are trying to hire someone for our department, so we normally have dinners for them, and then the next day they have this full day of interviews. And so that night, directly after that first dinner, that recognition dinner, we went on to Olive Garden to meet with this candidate and to kind of schmooze this candidate into coming to our campus and to work for us. And so I had water. Well, everyone at that time, the other faculty members were there, and so they had already eaten and everything, which was great. But at that time, it was time for dessert. And I'm just like, really? Like, I came at the best time, right? Because I just left that banana pudding, and I'm coming to some tiramisu or, cheesecake or whatever was on their plate. Apple crumb, something, another. I don't know. It looked like it had some ice cream in it, and I was done. And I didn't even drink my water, I don't think. I may have had a couple sips of it. But I left that night feeling hungry, but then not eating. And so, which I don't know what that was about. I didn't eat. I didn't eat that night. But yeah, it was just, I don't know. That whole day was just, yeah, full of food. It's like everything that we do is so food centered. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't even go out shopping without getting some food. We can't, talk about our day without, having a bag of chips in our hand. We can't, pick up the kids from school without having a burger in our lap. I mean, everything is just so, I don't know what's going on with me, y'all. Y'all pray for me. 3 months I'm reflecting on all this. So, not trying to get neurotic about everything, but I mean, oh my gosh, this thing is such a mental um, game. And I keep saying that, you know, but it really, really is. Mind over matter, right? I mean, 10 months from now, I'm still going to be probably having these same issues. And 10 months from now, you know, my pouch may, you know, have gotten a little bit stretched out just a little bit, but I think I'll still have these same issues. So I'm just venting really at this point. I know it's going into 10, almost 11 minutes, but that was just that day, and I guess it's kind of like a culmination of everything that I've really been going through for this past month, really, of battling with my thoughts of food. So I don't know, and yeah, I did a Wednesday wake up regarding leaving the big community. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but I've just been getting a lot of, a lot of people coming up and saying, you know, you just done left the big community, and we don't know how to feel it. You know, we don't know what to think about that. You know, you didn't call us. You didn't say anything. Who told you you could have surgery? Last time I checked, that was not on the agenda for the next month's discussion. So I'm just making all that up. But what I'm saying is that I've just gotten a lot of heat, and it could be in jest. It could just be, you know, ha ha ha, funny funny funny. But you know, I don't know. I'm just like, man, I just don't want to keep going to the hospital because I feel like my heart is about to jump out of my chest. I don't know. It's just me, just me. But I'm still in the big community. Still in the big community. I have not gone to the Skinny Girls Club yet. They have not looked at my application. So at this point, I'm not even being in processed. And until they do that, that's when I'll be like, okay, listen, I'm going to have to let you guys go because I'm going over to the Skinny Girls Club. But anyway, I'm going to cut this thing short. I thank you guys for watching this video if you have sustained for these 12 minutes. And I thank everyone that who's on my Facebook and who's on my YouTube and just in life who's supporting me. I appreciate it so much. So you guys have a great night, and I will see you next week. Bye.